Okay, whatever that one. Let's try this again. I don't know if this is working or not. I really don't know if this is working or not. I'm not sure if this is gonna work or not. Give it about like 2-3 minutes. I'm just mainly looking for my chat box just to see if there's any active people in here. Cause I cannot tell. Yas. Okay, okay, there we go. Now my chat's working. There we go. Yeah, my chat's working now. On my phone, at least it is. That's what I was looking for, my chat box. It's on the very bottom that I have to keep opening up. Okay. Okay. Save this. Um. I don't like the chat box on here though, on the phone. So I'm gonna try it, reading it off here. I think I got it to pop up on here. And then there's oh my god, the glare of the light. Holy smokes. Uh. Yeah. No, I just need to figure out how many people are actually in here before we kick it off. Because that's one thing I can't see either. So far, I got the chat on my phone, though. It's a plus. Yes, sir. Three people? Okay, okay. It's been 3 minutes. All right, hold on. Yeah, I see. Yeah, it's not popping up on my phone, though. I don't get it. Okay, I'm gonna... My goodness, like... And this is the parts. This is where I need to learn more about PCs, man. PC and phone technology is completely different. I was pretty smart with it back in high school, but not so much anymore. is it not letting me do anything, man? How's the picture quality so far? Am I like long and not wide? Because I think on phones it's like long. It's not the full 10:8 or picture quality thing. It doesn't take up the whole screen, I don't think. It's fine. Okay. Perfect. I'm just trying to get this whole thing situated right now. So if you guys got any questions, just go ahead and drop them down in the I can see the comments on my phone now, but I'm just trying to figure it out on the PC. Because when your comments pop up on my phone, they disappear pretty quick. Trying to get the fishing Q&A going on. No, I wish I went fishing today. It was beautiful out. I just stayed at home. I cleaned a little bit. Did some Christmas decorating for the kids and I. Actually went out to Fleet Farm, picked up some ice fishing stuff. Kind of getting my ice fishing gear ready for this year. Pretty stoked about it. We're starting to drop down. Our temperatures are starting to drop down at nighttime. Cold. I'm pretty excited for that. I can't wait for ice season. Anybody here gonna do some ice fishing this year? Anybody? Got it. Figured it out. Got the chat on the PC now. Beautiful. You'll be like Aladdin. Of course, you would, man. Another question is, can you guys hear me pretty good? Is the audio good or no good? Beautiful. Good. I like that. Okay, so I got everything figured out. Good audio, okay. Definitely want to do some ice fishing. Haven't got to do much over the summer. I feel you there. This summer I didn't really do too much fishing either. I did. If I did, I think I started back up in I want to say like end of July maybe. I could be lying too. It could have been like mid-August too, beginning of August when I started back up again. Went straight to the catfishing this past summer, and then just recently got back into the whole river gig, chasing the walleyes and stuff. And I'll tell you, that was fun. This year I did pretty good with walleyes though, for sure. I did a lot of traveling for it. I think I fished twice. I fished twice here in town, and I got skunked both times. I didn't like it at all. Absolutely got skunked. First place I went to was a little bit down past downtown, and I think I stayed there for like 3.5 hours, not a single nibble. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go travel up north. It's, it's worth an hour drive. I didn't care. Just packed up my gear in the car. Woke up early morning, and I'll tell you what, I limited out within like 45 minutes to an hour on my walleyes. Um, please let me do this too. Come on. Switch. Okay. No, not really. I never really keep any fish. If I do keep fish, I keep like maybe um, 3 times a year. That's how many times I eat fish. 3 times a year, and I only keep like 2 to 3 walleyes a year, which is crazy. And then the rest of them, I usually go up to when the crappie start spawning. That's when I keep my full limit. I split it between myself and then give the other half to my mom, and then she eats her crappies. The only times I'll ever eat fish is when the crappie spawn hits and when the walleye bite's good. That's the only time I eat the fish. I'm more of your catch and release type of guy. Somebody else can enjoy catching them too. Okay, I got that figured out. I feel it. I wonder if this is slow. My connection is. I'm not lagging to you guys, am I? Perfect. Okay, good. I keep more during ice fishing than open water. I. That's how I feel like it is too. Yeah. Usually during ice season, I feel like that. The meat is so much better. Um, and that's why I tend to during the walleye bite, late fall is when I keep them. That meat is just so much better than the summer walleyes. I don't know if it's me or if that's just with everybody. And also like locations too. I've noticed anything below like downtown, the fish isn't really that great. It's like kind of like a muddy taste. And then when I go, the more north I go, like up Sailorville and past that, and go up more north, I feel like the fish is just so much better. The meat is just different, less fishy. Do you guys have any goals for this year's ice season? Anybody? My goal this year is to is to break my crappie PB on the ice this year. That's my goal for this year. And I really want to focus more of bigger lakes too. One thing I have not done yet either is ice fished a river. I want to do that so bad. I know some of the people up in what is it, Canada and Minnesota, they do that on the rivers, and it's kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know. I don't know how people do that. You want to catch a whale through the ice? That'd be pretty. I mean, good luck reeling that in, man, with a little ice rod. That would be crazy. That'd be insane. I feel you there, Kevin. I feel you. I, I think I'm the same way when it comes to walleyes on the ice. I went out to Big Creek. What was it? 3 years ago. It was 3 years ago. And one of my buddies invited me out there, and he's like, "Hey, come tag along. Let's get on a walleye bite." And it was the sunset bite too. And he told me to punch some holes on the west side of the lake, and kind of focus on the drop off. So that's what I was doing. And I've never worked so hard in my life for two walleyes, and it was just like they were decent size. I mean, like between 15 to 17 inches. But those are the only two I caught in like 3.5, 4 hours. Because we stay out there a little bit past dark too, and it was just horrible. Like I don't understand the whole walleye bite through the ice. But when it comes to pan fishing or largemouth, and just hit up a local pond for that, or and usually when you see something suspended up in the high water column, you'll know that's usually a panfish just cruising around. We need to go to Boji. Oh man, dude, don't get me started with Boji. I've ice fished it with your brother 4 or 5 years ago, man. Let me tell you, it was the best experience, dude. We fished. Dang, what part of the lake was this? I can't remember. Literally, it was like we cross over the bridge where you can go underneath it with boats onto east side of Boji, I think. And we drilled a hole in like 28 feet of water. And you can literally see the bottom of the lake, and you can see the perch just shooting in towards your bait, and just like you don't even need a fish finder. You just have to look down the hole, and if you've seen fish, just park your tent there. It was a cool experience. It was so fun. And I think the greatest experience I had that day with your brother was when I had a perch hooked up. It was a small one too, probably like 4 or 5 inches. A northern just swiped in, man, tried to grab it. And I was so excited for that, man. It was crazy. But yeah, Boji trip sounds pretty fun. I want to do that for sure. Boji, yes. I just need to, kind of what Kevin said earlier, I want to dial in some walleyes this year too on the ice. Figure out the pattern, figure out how to actually locate those things and what they want to actually eat. You haven't ice fished in 3 years. That's a long time, man. We got to get back to it, man. It's fun. I feel like this year the ice might come a little early. I don't want to jinx it though. I mean, I'd love to be on the ice as early as possible, but seeing those night temps next week, I seen like 2 nights. It was like single digits. One was like 8 degrees, and the other one was like 6 or 7. I was like, those 2 nights are gonna build an inch of ice for sure. God, dude, this freaking chair sucks. Do you still have all your ice fishing gear? I definitely wanted to do like a get all my viewers and stuff. Just meet up at like a smaller little lake or just like a big pond. I'll bring out my grill and just have a grill out and just everybody get together and just fish all day. Oh, you have everything but your Vex. Dang. I actually gotta go get a new battery for my Vex as we speak. I had mine on the charger about like 3 weeks ago, I think, and that battery's toast. I need to get a new battery for it. Now I'm just praying I don't have to get new batteries for my drill, since I haven't turned those things on in a while, and it's gonna suck. Have you guys seen those new Vexes? They're like what is it? Sounds cool, yeah. The what is it? The F. Oh, is it the 38s? I think. I think it's the 38s. I was with my kids. So was it last? Yeah, it was last weekend. We were out at Shields, and I bumped into it. I'm like, since when did they make the 38 already? 35s? Yeah, I don't know what it was. It was just something. It was a crazy number. I was like, dude. I was like, that's such a big number. I was like, I don't ever remember them making it that high. Is it the 38? Okay. And it was just so expensive too. I'm like, it was like 900 bucks. But maybe for Black Friday, it might be a good price. I don't know. I literally thought about getting a new one and just maybe giving mine away to somebody in need who doesn't have any ice fishing gear, and let them get started. All they would have, I even buy the battery for them too. The 30s are 470. That's actually not bad. I'm fine with my FL12. Hey, there's nothing wrong with the FL12s. Seriously, I've uh I've used one of my buddies too, FL12s before he moved to California, and he had the FL12 gens pack and works just fine. But what I really want for a game change for sure is the live scope. That thing is crazy. I got to experience it last no 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Can't remember when. For the first time, seeing a channel cat eat my minnow off of the bottom. I was like, dude, it's a cheat code. It was me and one of my brother's friends invited me out to the lake out in West Des Moines. What is it called? Purple Martin. And I mean, we punched and punched and punched crap ton of holes. I'm talking maybe like 200 holes, maybe. I'm not even kidding. I went through 3 of my batteries on the drill, and then we ended up starting using his, and he was going on his third actually. And dude, it was fun. All those other units and a small tweak here and there. Yeah, see, I never understood. Yeah, I didn't understand it either, honestly. I know some of them like reads like hard bottom or something like that, and like weeds, and it's just like, is it really worth the extra 200-300 bucks? I think one fish finder I really like um, was the Markham Showdown. I I had one, and unfortunately, I took a dive down 30 feet of water. Took a dive down 30 feet of water, man. I was pretty upset. I was fishing. I had an 8-inch auger, and not to mention these showdowns. They're pretty small units. They're, I don't know, like a little 5-inch by 5-inch, 6-inch, something like that. It's a really small unit. They can either you can either hook them up to a regular battery like the Vexes do, or you can put I think it's 8 or 6 AA batteries. But since I like to hop around really quick with those, and I had it around my neck, I kept mine on AA batteries. And I was just hole hopping really quick, and then I remember I punched a hole, and then I seen bunch of marks on my thing. I literally put the fish finder down just for a split second to unhook my little jig off of the guides. That fish finder just slid in. I was like, oh my goodness. There goes 200-250 bucks down the hole in 30 feet of water. this year. I mainly want to kind of what Kevin said. I definitely want to focus on some walleye too, though. That's like my big thing this year, some walleye. Because I don't think I've ever landed a good walleye through the ice. My biggest is literally probably like 16 or 17 inches through the ice. And that was on a dead stick minnow too. It's all about deep water and crab, but how often do we fish super deep? See, you got a point. Honestly, I hardly ever fish deep water. Um, the place that I fish for channel cats out in Purple Martin, it's no deeper than 9 feet of water. It's literally 9 feet and shallower. It's a huge mud bottom. There's a few little structure spots that we've marked. Other than that, like it's literally 9 feet of water, and the channels are just thriving in that. And there's also some big crappies in there too that we've caught off of tiny little brush piles and like 6 feet of water. And it just blows my mind to see fish that big come out of something that's not even that deep. Yeah, it's out. Yep. It's out by Walnut Woods, Purple Martin. Yep, it's right off of the interstate right there, next to the Raccoon River. Yeah, I think that's the Raccoon River. Like if you drop in right there in that parking lot and you shoot straight across the lake onto the other side, you'll see like a little creek that feeds in from the river into the lake. We literally fish on that side right there. We've punched tons of holes, and usually the channels aren't that hard to find. If the way we found them is a live scope, obviously at the time, but it was super easy, just because there was so much dead
It was
shad.
super easy.
Oh my
Just because
goodness!
there's so much dead shad. It was super easy.
Oh my goodness!
So much dead shad.
Holy smokes! That's what happens when you unplug something that's not supposed to be unplugged. Jeez, always. I don't even know what I was saying. Yeah, but there was a crap ton of like shad out there. Bunch of shad. And that's how we found the channel. So we're thinking all those shad that died off probably just went to the bottom and there was just channels there. Just eating up all the dead stuff. Have you ever tried banner during the ice? Yeah, I've actually tried banner once my entire life out there. We fished the north one. So as soon as you pull in, it's the very first one with that deep little boat ramp, if you know what I'm talking about. Not the one where they release the trout, but the other one. So we dropped in there and then walked to the very back where you got that like a big looking pond area. And it was deep, but we didn't catch much. I think we ended up catching like 6 or 7 bluegills and that was it. It's kind of tough to fish for sure. Yeah, it was definitely tough to fish. I fished that. I think one of my favorite places to ice fish was oh, what was the name of that place? It was right by Quabi. There was like another little lake really close to there. Had a bunch of like trees that were sticking out. It's at the tip of my tongue too. Hooper Lake. That was really fun to ice fish at some points. Yes, yep, Hooper, yep. That was really fun to ice fish. We've one year I did really good there. I think we bagged the limit of like 10 to 12 inch crappies within like 2 hours. It was fun. It was super fun. But finding them like in the big early morning is when we went, and then they didn't start picking up till like 1 o'clock. Yeah, I haven't been there since that day, since that ice season, which was, oh man, 6, 7 years ago at least, something like that. It was long. But yeah, I need to get out more and like do some like research and like just find places that nobody has ever fished here. I'm sure it's been fished, but you get what I'm trying to say here. Some that's not hit very heavy. Like there's one place I've really wanted to try. It's on the south side of town, and it's kind of by downtown. It's by they call it the poo plant. There's like those old gravel pits back there. I guess one of them's public, according to when I went a few years back, because there was a sheriff that came by, and he checked my fishing license and asked him. I was like, "Hey, is this private or public?" He's like, "It's they just made this public." So when he told me that, I was like, "All right." So I gave it a go and I started fishing. Offshore fishing is kind of tough, but I bet you like if you can get a kayak in there, which I did with your brother one time, it's pretty fun. They got some huge crappies in there. But ice season for that place, I feel like it'd be really tough unless you had like some kind of quad, a little four wheeler to get you around instead of walking that big pit, because that would suck. That's something I need to invest to. Yeah, the bigger pit. Yep, it's the one that connects to the Des Moines River. It's like in the far back, and it's like more south too. What was that when I saw you guys and I was with Danny? I think so. You guys were like by that. There was like a big tube thing that like sucks in water and like pushes it out. It's kind of like by that railroad track or whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so now apparently like you can't park there anymore. Used to have a key to that gate. It has really good walleye and crappie in it. Yeah, I've caught some good walleye out of there. Yeah, there's still some good walleye in there. Same with the crappies. I was actually there last spring. Yeah, it was last spring. I went there last spring on foot, and it takes for that walk is just horrible. Not to mention like the amount of gear I have to haul down there, and from now on, like I remind myself, just take a rod in your backpack. Like, no need for a bucket and the other stuff. So I just remind myself, take a rod and a backpack and what I actually need. But yeah, I did pretty good last spring with them. Okay, so yeah, I was gonna get to that too. So they don't allow parking by that track anymore for some reason. I don't know why. I think the construction workers or the people that work at that place there got annoyed of people parking there. Is what the sheriff told me. Because the sheriff was telling me he's like from now on he's like you're gonna have to park over here. He's like because soon you guys aren't gonna be allowed to park in here. But he let me slide off that day. And I was like, okay. He's like, for today, he's like, you get to park there since they weren't working. It was a Sunday. He's like, but if you decide to come here on a work day, he's like, you won't be able to park in here anymore. I was like, dang. So he mentioned that you have to park on the complete opposite side of the lake, kind of how you get to the pool plant and walk all the way around, which is way too much of walking. Or you have to park on one of those little side streets, which is still a decent freaking walk. I mean, that's long. But that's definitely one place I want to ice fish too. I really want to give it a go this year. I just don't know how that's gonna work with the parking and then having to haul a freaking sled and an auger and I don't even want to think about that. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's just so much work. If I had a sometimes like I wish I didn't get rid of my pickup truck for that reason. I literally thought about getting a four wheeler this year too, but I'm like, I can't haul the four wheeler with my Malibu, so I think once I get a truck again, I'm gonna invest into one of those. Nice little quad, something that can just get on the lakes. It doesn't have to be a fancy quad either. I'm not really about fanciness. As long as it runs and goes, that's all I need. Has anybody here ever ice fished a river? Do you guys find me crazy for that? Might have to get electric bike and make the track. That's yeah. That's just too much walking. That's way too much walking for me. My kids already keep me busy as it is, and that's just too much. My kids and my job already get me tired enough to walk another freaking, what is it, like 2 miles just to get to a little spot to fish. Not to mention, what if you get skunked? You're even more pissed off when the day gets done. Time for snow dogs. Oh, yeah. No kidding. Now, my question for you guys is, have you guys ever ice fished a river? Would you guys ever ice fish a river? That's something I've been wanting to do. Ice fish a river. See, it's scary, but I don't know. Like I've seen if you guys know who Spencer from River Certified is, he's done it up north. Um, what's the name of that little town? Ethersville. However you say it, I don't know how you say that place. Ethersville, and the river there is just like so small though. The Des Moines up there is small, but they got some deep holes up there. And I've been really wanting to ice fish a river for the longest time. For like the past 5 years, I've been wanting to. I had an itch to do it. You haven't done it, Kevin, but and I see I want to do it, but then at the same time, it's moving water. That scares me. That ice is just, it's probably so inconsistent. But then watching the people up north in Ethersville do it, it blows my mind. Like the Des Moines up there is just so small. It would scare me too, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it would scare me too. But it's just like I want to find a small river. Oh, Danny already pulled some BS on me. I've done some pretty stupid stuff too with Danny when we fished. This was early ice some years ago. I kid you not, with my size and how much I weigh and stuff, Danny was scared for me that day. He literally thought I was gonna go in 30 feet of water. I was walking on 2.5. See, that's what I did. I went on like an inch and a half, 2 inches of ice. It would have to be cold winter and no snow. Yeah, same. Yep. See, I don't want any snow. I don't want any snow. I just want pure ice and freezing temps. I think the closest I ever got to ice fishing river was where was I? It was ways down. It was ways down from Sycamore, like ways down. There's a little bend in the by the old Target. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the old Target, where the old DOT used to be. And there's a bend in that river right there, and there's like complete slack water. And I walked on the edge of that and maybe 5 feet out, and I was very tempted to go back into my truck to haul some gear out there, but I was like, I'm not doing this out here by myself. I was like, no, thank you. I'm 300 pounds and no 3 inches of ice for me. Yeah. It's. And people call me crazy, too, for even stepping on 2 inches of ice. I've done it multiple times, and I even question myself. I'm like, well, dude, what are you doing? It just, yeah. So I think from now on, I'm not gonna walk on 2 inches of ice anymore. I already had my fun times back then when I was younger and stupid, but now, actually putting my time and mind to it and thinking like, hey, you have 2 kids, use your head a little bit. I'll do 4, but it has to be good fresh. Yep, 4 is what I'll do from now on. I'll do 3.5 to 4. But other than that, if it's yes, no old ice either. No, I don't like old ice. Actually, I think I almost went through, what was it, last year or the year before? Early ice. It was here in Ankeny where I live. There's a small little pond by my daughter's old elementary school. Luckily, it's not deep, and luckily, I wasn't fishing deep. It was only 4 feet of water, so if I went down, I could have just popped myself back up somehow. But that water would have been cold. There was about 3 inches of ice, but that day went really warm fast. I mean, snap of a finger, like it just started becoming warm. I think that ended up being like 57 degrees or something like that. And then as an hour and an hour passed by, I've noticed like I feel like this ice is like caving in slowly. I'm gonna go through. So I ended up getting off, and literally the next day when I went there, like edges were open. I was like, I'm kind of glad that I got off that ice. But yeah, this year I definitely want to gather some people off of my page and off of the YouTube, and I want to meet everybody. I definitely want to do that this year. Kind of gather around and get to fish with everybody. Sometimes fishing alone gets very depressing, very old. No one to talk to and whatnot. But I mean, sometimes it's okay. You get a little peace of mind. What do we got? Almost 45 minutes of the live. Okay. It's a pretty long live. My dad and I watched a truck on Bay Creek a few years back. It was March. Honeycomb, the ice was sinking. He was driving on it. Yeah, see, I don't get how, like, even if the ice was very strong, I'm still, like, skeptical about, like, being in a truck. I, you have to ride down with the windows down for me to get in. Either that or just let me sit in the back and I'll freeze before I get inside. That stuff is scary. Driving on a frozen lake is, I don't know. You guys got some guts, I'll tell you that. There's been times where I was at Bay Creek too, and like we pitched a tent on the west side too, and there was a truck coming by us. I understand like that. It was thick. I mean, it was like 20+ inches of ice, but you can hear that ice. It was cracking loud. I'm like, oh my goodness. As we were trying to get home, a guy has ATV. Wow. Yeah. It's, ice castle. The ice castles. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it's scary. I just don't trust. I don't trust ice. I would rather walk. I would personally rather walk. I'm okay with a little quad too. I'm okay with a little quad, like a little 4-wheeler, but or snowmobile of any kind. But a truck, a car, no, thank you. I understand it's fast transportation, but still. Gonna go walk the pups. Hey, I'll probably be cutting the live here pretty shortly. I got gonna go get the kids in the showers, and I gotta shower myself. I gotta work in the morning. But I was gonna ask you guys, do you guys enjoy these lives? Like, if you guys do, I'll probably make a little schedule for myself and for you guys to stop on in, and we can chat more about fishing too. Um, what's up? Yeah, I know. Tomorrow's Monday. I know. It's unfortunate. Hey, it's a short week though. It's a very short week. The holidays are coming up. Um, I'm pretty excited. I get to rest a little bit, so I've been looking forward to. I only work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Got Thursday off, obviously, and then unfortunately I gotta work Friday, but it's triple pay, which is nice. Hey, you have a good night too, bro. You have a good night too. You have a great night. He had to mention that it's Monday tomorrow. I don't even want to think about it right now. Oh, it's the worst day of the week. Happy Mondays. You like the lives? Okay. The reason why I asked is just because, like, days where I don't like how I didn't post any videos of me fishing and whatnot into the YouTube channel is because I got a little busy with the kids, and then work gets me tired, and then the holidays are coming up. I have to like go get gifts for the kids, gifts for my mom, for my brother, and then like my friends, having to wrap all that, and then me as a guy, a single father, it's just like decorating the place too a little bit, to make it feel like home. It's tough, like I have to get on like YouTube myself, or like some kind of some sort of social media platform, and like look up how to properly decorate the house. You know, so I went out to Walmart and bought some like little things to put in my townhome and whatnot, and it's a disaster. It is a disaster. I don't want to do it again. Decorating sucks. Don't get me wrong. I love the holidays, but it just gets me tired. Literally gets me tired. But I plan on getting on a decent little schedule here. I'll probably start doing some lives. I should probably do them. mm, I might do them on a weekday. Think about doing it on a weekday. Think about maybe like a Tuesday, or no, maybe I'll probably do like a Wednesday night. Probably do like Wednesday night lives. And then obviously you'll have a set schedule for that, and what times I'll do it, and have a lot of people pop in and whatnot. But Kevin, I'm glad you enjoy the lives, man. Appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it. Oh, we got 50 minutes. Holy smokes. Three. Okay, now that I got this finally figured out, that's good. I got the chat on my PC figured out. Okay. And here. Got the comments on here. Okay, perfect. Nice. Everything is good. Cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna cut this off here. I appreciate to whoever came into the live tonight. It was a blast talking to you guys. I enjoyed doing this. But once I get the set schedules figured out for the lives, I'll most likely do it. Update everything onto my Facebook pages and my other social media platforms and update them there as well. And yeah, but you guys will know when I do the lives, obviously, and whatnot. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. I really do. It was awesome talking to all you guys. Big Red, Kevin, everybody. Appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys. Have a good night. I'll see you guys soon again.